Speech off.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to do part 1 of what I added to Goodreads in February. That is the part that I have managed to prep. I've been kind of preoccupied with a lot of things at the moment. Maybe I'll do a health update later. But yeah. Anyway. Also, my sister's kid is having a baby. Well, his girlfriend's having the baby. I'm a great aunt at 32. That is sick. I became an aunt at like 3 because I have like older siblings, like way older siblings. And now those kids are having children. So I had my niece Zoe delivered her little girl on leap year, 29th. And then my nephew Tommy's girlfriend Jasmine is having their baby today. It's wild. And the birth is a little complicated, I guess. So I need to do something because I'm very anxious. Anyway, let's get to the books. Like I said, this is the first half of the month. I still need to finish adding books to the second half of the month. I haven't watched all the recent videos from other people to decide what I want to add. Anyway, okay, so the first one we have here is In an Instant by Susanna Redfern. I heard about this one through the Currently Reading Podcasts Indie Press List. Life is over in an instant for 16-year-old Finn Miller when a devastating car accident tumbles her and 10 others over the side of a mountain. Suspended between worlds, she watches helplessly as those she loves struggles to survive. Impossible choices are made, decisions that leave the survivors tormented with grief and regret. Unable to let go, Finn keeps vigil as they struggle to reclaim their shattered lives. Jack, her father, who seeks vengeance against the one person he can blame other than himself, her best friend Mo, who bravely searches for the truth as the story of their survival is rewritten, her sister Chloe, who knows Finn lingers and yearns to join her, and her mother Anne, who saves them all but is haunted by her decisions. Finn needs to move on, but how can she with her family still in pieces? Oof. That sounds terrible. Like, if that were actually a thing, I don't know. Like, to have watched people suffer like that, but it's kind of fascinating concept. Anyway. Next we have When Hitler Stole Pink Rabbit by Judith Kerr. Such a weird title, right? Recommended by Chantel from Chantel Reads All Day. I think she read it last month. That's where I heard about it. It's a series, so we'll see if I like this first one. Suppose your country began to change. Suppose that without your noticing, it became dangerous for some people to live in Germany any longer. Suppose you found, to your complete surprise, that your own father was one of those people. That is what happened to Anna in 1933. She was 9 years old when it began, too busy with her schoolwork and tobogganing to take much notice of political posters, but out of them glared the face of Adolf Hitler, the man who would soon change the whole of Europe, starting with her own small life. Anna suddenly finds things moving too fast for her to understand. One day her father was unaccountably missing. Then she herself and her brother Max were being rushed by their mother in alarming secrecy away from everything they knew. Home and schoolmates and well-loved toys right out of Germany. So my guess is Pink Rabbit got left behind? Anyway. The next one is The Things We Do for Love by Kristen Hanna. I don't know how I never heard of this, but I never heard of this. I heard about it from Becca Books and Bujo? Sorry. The youngest of 3 daughters, Angela Desaria Malone, was always the princess of the family, a girl who thought she knew how her life would unfold. High school, college, marriage, motherhood. That was how it had gone for her sisters, her cousins, her friends. But it didn't work out that way for Angie. She and her husband tried desperately to have a child. Year after year, their perfectly decorated nursery remained empty. Finally, their marriage collapsed under the weight of lost dreams. After the divorce, Angie moves back to her hometown and rejoins her loud, loving, slightly crazy family. In West End, a place where life rises and falls in time with the tides, she will find the man who once again will open her heart to love and meet the girl who will change Angie's life. Lauren Robido lives in a rundown apartment in a bad part of town with a mother who cares more about her next drink than about her daughter. At 17, Lauren knows that her aspirations in life may never come to pass. From the moment they meet, Angie sees something special in Lauren. They form a quick connection, this woman who is desperate for a daughter and the girl who has never known a mother's love. When Lauren is abandoned by her mother, Angie doesn't hesitate to offer the girl a place to stay. But nothing could have prepared Angie for the far-reaching repercussions of this act of kindness. In a dramatic turn of events, she and Lauren will be tested in a way that mothers and daughters seldom are. Together, they will embark on an intense, moving, deeply emotional journey to the very heart of what it means to be a family. This sounds exactly like something I would like. Anyway. Okay. Next, we have Fragile Designs by Colleen Coble. I heard about this one from Amanda from Book Lover Amanda. I have heard of Colleen Coble, but this one is the first one that kind of got my attention. Okay. Family secrets can be the most dangerous of all. When Carly Tucker's police officer husband is killed during a home break-in, she knows that her side hustle finding the antique treasures at flea markets isn't enough to support her and their infant son, Noah. So her grandmother's proposal to have her and her two sisters restore the family's waterfront Beaufort home into a bed and breakfast that Carly will run is immediately intriguing. But it's equally daunting with the animosity that exists between the three sisters. What Carly never expected as she begins to go through the attic was to find a letter in a trunk written in her husband's handwriting, dated 2 days before his death. Eric had discovered that Carly's grandmother was adopted, a fact Carly is certain Graham is not aware of, and had already begun trying to track down her birth family. Is it possible that Eric's death wasn't random after all? With few options, Carly reaches out to Graham's neighbor Simon, and the older brother of her high school sweetheart, who is a local homicide detective. One of the items in the trunk is an enameled egg. If it truly is a Fabergé egg, the value could set Carly up for life, and would certainly be worth killing for. The journey to find the truth and protect her family will have Carly delving deep into the lost treasures of Eastern Europe, if she and Simon can survive that long. So, family drama and a murder mystery. I'm intrigued. Next we have Like a Mother by Mina Hardy. I heard about this one from Chloe from Always Booked. Sarah and Adam Morgan had the perfect suburban life, a beautiful house, an adorable daughter, a baby on the way, and a once-in-a-lifetime love. They were the couple everyone envied, until Adam died. In the wake of his death, Adam's secrets begin to emerge. The first comes out when a woman named Candace introduces herself to Sarah as Adam's mother. Adam had always said his mother was dead, so either Adam was lying to her or this woman is not who she says she is. Candace proves that Adam was her son, but she admits that her relationship with her son was strained. But she's still Sarah's mother-in-law, and she's here to help. Struggling with finances after Adam's death, Sarah agrees to move in with Candace and to accept her help with her toddler and her pregnancy. Living in Adam's childhood home, Sarah begins to understand the life he had before they met, the life he buried along with his relationship with his mother. When Sarah notices Candace's strange obsession with her pregnancy and the house begins to feel less like salvation and more like a cage, she realizes that Candace might not be the caring mother-in-law she seems. Maybe Adam had good reason to pretend that his mother was dead. Woof. That's wild. Okay, next one is Every Smile You Fake by Dorothy Coomson. I found this one through like an Amazon email because I follow the author on Audible. Dorothy Coomson also wrote The Friend, which I've been dying to get my hands on for years. I did a whole video about it. I'll link it down below so you guys can watch it, just because I'm hoping if I get enough views on that video, maybe Audible might see it and get the license to buy it in this country. But anyway, we do have this book. Hold on.
Speech on. 20% close. Button. Stop. Speech off. Speech on. Stop recording video.
No,
Button.
stop recording.
Speech off.
Okay. My battery's going to die soon. I need to hurry. Okay, Every Smile You Fake by Dorothy Coomson. Audible does happen to have this book. Just came out. Please take care of my baby, but don't try to find me. You'll put him in danger. Kiss. Profiling therapist Kes Lashibi is shocked when she finds a baby on the back seat of her car with an unsigned note asking her to take care of him. Kes has a pretty good idea who the mother is. Brandy, a popular social media star with a troubled background who once lived in Kes's house. Recently, the seemingly bright and bubbly Brandy's videos changed in tone before she completely dropped out of the limelight. Kes is beginning to understand why. And if the internet rumors are true, Brandy's life could be in real danger. Kes is torn. Should she simply take care of the baby as she's been asked to do and wait to hear from his mother? Or should she put the baby and her whole family at risk by using less than legal contacts from her previous job to save this young woman? Time is running out for Brandy. Can Kes find her before it's too late? I mean, can you blame me for wanting every single one of this woman's books? They're all so thrillery. They're a little bit like Sally Hepworth, kind of domestic suspense type things. Anyway, next is The Girl on the Boat. This is by Kate Hewitt. This is going to be a series, the Emerald Sisters series. This is book 1. It's so weird. Kate Hewitt has had like 3 or 4 books published in the past few months. I don't know how she does it. She had a contemporary come out like 2 months ago, and another one just came out that's part of another series. It's so weird. Anyway, this one looks good. Germany, 1939. Quickly, take this emerald. This was my late mother's gem, and it will keep you safe. And I promise we will all meet again in Paris. When Sophie Weiss boards the SS St. Louis, she has no reason to stay in Germany. The Nazis have taken everything from her, and her only hope is escape. But when she meets fellow Jewish refugees, Rosa, Hannah, and Rachel, on board, the friendship they form gives Sophie hope that there can be happiness in her future after all. But their worst fears are realized when the boat is refused entry at a port they thought would be safe. Terrified of being sent back to Europe, the women cling together and desperately wait for news. At last, word reaches the ship that a friend of Sophie's father is willing to take her in, but there is only room for her. Quickly, Sophie unpicks the lining of her coat, revealing her late mother's emerald hidden in the lining. She hands a piece of the precious stone to each of her friends, and the women promise to meet in Paris when this nightmare is over. Watching the SS St. Louis grow smaller on the horizon, Sophie's heart breaks. How can she embrace her freedom when those she loves face an unknown fate? And what can she do to help them? And gripping her emerald with the fierce determination, she fixes her eyes on the boat. I will find a way to help you, no matter what. So it sounds like the other books are going to be about the other 3 women, each probably from her perspective. And honestly, Sophie's story probably sounds the least interesting, only because, I mean, as sad as it sounds, she's safe. The other ones are the ones in danger, and you're wondering how they're going to go. How they're going to do. Anyway, next we have Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth. This one is coming out on April 23rd. I just heard about it. I can't remember where. I think it was on the Currently Reading Facebook group. Whatever. Anyway. Sisters, Secrets, Love, and Murder. For as long as they can remember, Jessica, Nora, and Alicia have been told how lucky they are. As young girls, they were rescued from family tragedies and raised by a loving foster mother, Miss Fairchild, on an idyllic farming estate and given an elusive second chance at a happy family life. When you hear the name Miss Fairchild, no good can come of it. I've never met a nice Miss Fairchild in any books. But their childhood wasn't the fairy tale everyone thought it was. Miss Fairchild had rules. Miss Fairchild could be unpredictable. And Miss Fairchild was never, ever to be crossed. In a moment of desperation, the 3 broke away from Miss Fairchild and thought they were free. Even though they never saw her again, she was always somewhere in the shadow of their minds. When a body is discovered under the home they grew up in, the foster sisters find themselves thrown into the spotlight as key witnesses. Or are they prime suspects? I want to know. And I have to wait. Next we have Little Girl Lost by Casey Watson. This one's coming out on March 28th. It's a fostering memoir by one of the foster care authors I read from. 6-year-old Amelie lives with her mother, Kelly, who suffers from bipolar disorder. After Kelly attempts to burn down their family house, it becomes clear that her daughter is in grave danger. Amelie is quickly taken into care. When she arrives with her foster carer, Casey Watson, Amelie acts much younger than her age. Casey must get to the root of Amelie's behavior while doing what she can do to keep the family together. Will Amelie ever find the safety of home? I must know. Next is The Other Wife by Sally Hepworth. I heard about this one, I didn't know about this one until I kind of did my Sally Hepworth, rabbit hole to see if I was missing any that I hadn't read, because I'm, desperately waiting for the new one. Anyway. The Husband. A heart surgeon at the top of his field, Stephen Aston is getting married again. But first he must divorce his current wife, even though she can no longer speak for herself. The Daughters. Tully and Rachel Aston look upon their father's fiancée Heather as nothing but an interloper. Heather is younger than both of them. Clearly she's after their father's money. The Former Wife. With their mother in a precarious position, Tully and Rachel are determined to get to the truth about their family's secrets, the new wife closing in, and who their father really is. The Younger Wife. Heather has secrets of her own. Will getting to the truth unleash the most dangerous impulses in all of them? Yeesh. Next is The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. I heard about this one from Gloria Z. Thompson. She didn't like it very much, but I'm interested. It's time travel. A woman risks everything to end her family's centuries-old curse, solve her mother's disappearance, and find love in this In the small mountain town of Jasper, North Carolina, June Farrow is waiting for fate to find her. The Farrow women are known for their thriving flower farm and the mysterious curse that has plagued their family line. The whole town remembers the madness that led to Susanna Farrow's disappearance, leaving June to be raised by her grandmother and haunted by rumors. It's been a year since June started seeing and hearing things that weren't there. Faint wind chimes, a voice calling her name, and a mysterious door appearing out of nowhere. The signs of what June always knew was coming. But June is determined to end the curse once and for all, even if she must sacrifice finding love and having a family of her own. After her grandmother's death, June discovers a series of cryptic clues regarding her mother's decades-old disappearances, except they only lead to more questions. But could the door she once assumed was a hallucination be the answer she's been searching for? The next time it appears, June realizes she can touch it and walk past the threshold. And when she does, she embarks on a journey that will not only change both the past and the future, but also uncover the lingering mystery of her small town and entangle her heart in an epic star-crossed love. Sorry, but it sounds great. Okay. Next we have The Underground Library by Jennifer Ryan. This is coming out on March 12th. I heard about it through Chloe from Always Booked. Didn't Jennifer Ryan just have a book out in December? What is with these authors just writing books like crazy? When the Blitz imperils the heart of a London neighborhood, 3 young women must use their fighting spirit to save the community's beloved library. When newly deputy librarian Juliet Lansdowne finds that Bethnal Green Library isn't the bustling hub she's expecting, she becomes determined to breathe life back into it. But can she show the men in charge that a woman is up to the task of running it, especially when a confrontation with her past threatens to derail her? Katie Upwood is thrilled to be working at the library. although she's only there until she heads off to university in the fall. But after the death of her beau on the front line and amid tumultuous family strife, she finds herself harboring a life-changing secret with no one to turn to for help. Sophie Bowman, a young Jewish refugee, came to London on a domestic service visa only to find herself working as a maid for a man who treats her abominably. She escapes to the library every chance she could, finding friendship in the literary community and aid in finding her sister, who is still trying to flee occupied Europe. When a slew of bombs destroy the library, Juliet relocates the stacks to the local underground station where the city's residents shelter nightly, determined to lend out stories that will keep spirits up. But tragedy after tragedy threatens to unmoor the women and sever the ties of their community. Will Juliet, Kate, and Sophie be able to overcome their own troubles to save the library? Or will the beating heart of their neighborhood be lost forever? Yikes. I'm interested, though. I like books about war and libraries. Anyway, next we have His Double Life by Nicole Trope. This is coming out. Okay, this already came out. February 28th. Nicole Trope is a new author that I've kind of started reading. She's Australian from what I can tell, and she writes like these kind of thrillery, sort of popcorn thriller ones. Some are good, some are not so good. We'll see. Loving father, loyal husband, liar. In our large family home on a peaceful tree-lined street, I clear away the breakfast things whilst my husband ignores me, his eyes on his phone. Leo comes home from conferences with flowers for me and hugs for our twin 10-year-old boys. But each time I smell an unfamiliar perfume on his shirt. I know all about his affairs, and it's tearing my heart in two. When one of the boys tumbles into the kitchen full of laughter that he beat his brother in the race home from the park, I smile despite everything. When his brother isn't right behind him, I start to worry. And then I get a text that makes my blood run cold. If you want your child to come home, your husband needs to tell the truth. Is my husband hiding even darker secrets than his affairs? As I realize his double life has put my children in terrible danger, I make a decision. I will not let my husband's lies destroy my life, and I will do anything to get my son back. And that is the last one for now. I'm still working on the other half. Hopefully I'll have it out tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. Still some videos to watch. Anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm really hoping to get to at least 100 subscribers in the next few months. So, Anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.